In this video, you are going to learn two different techniques to avoid creating holes at the beginning of the row when working double crochet. If you want to participate in a giveaway organized by me and my daughter Victoria, please stay until the end of the video. Let's get started! In order to show you the two techniques, I have created here a foundation chain that is formed by 90 chains, and here I have made a turning chain formed by 3 chains, and then I have crocheted 19 double crochet. This is just for explanation purposes, but if you need more information about how to make double crochet and all those questions and all those doubts that you might have when working with this stitch, I'm going to leave you the link down below of a video where I have explained every single detail about double crochet. Now let's get started with the first technique. For our first technique, we are going to take our work, turn it clockwise like this, and here in the first stitch we are going to work one single crochet. So if we want to see the first stitch is this one, in this gap we are going to work the single crochet. So for this we just introduce the hook through the gap, then yarn over, come up to the gap, then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. The next step is here in the front loop of the single crochet we are going to work another single crochet. In this case we are talking about this loop. This means that in this loop we are going to introduce our hook, yarn over, come out through this loop. I have 2 loops on my hook, then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. Now we can continue working double crochet in all other stitches. For that we yarn over, introduce the hook through the next stitch, yarn over, come out through the hole, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. And like this we can continue working. Here I just finished the second row. For beginning the third row, I'm going to repeat the same technique. This means that I'm going to turn my work clockwise in this direction, and then here in the first stitch I'm going to work 2 single crochet, one on top of the other. Now I will do the first single crochet, and then in this loop I'm going to work the second single crochet. Now I can continue working the third row with double crochet. Here I'm almost at the end of my third row, and now I'm going to work the last double crochet on top of the single crochets of the previous row. So what I'm going to find here is the 2 top loops of the stitch that here you can see. Here you see one, and here you see the second one. Okay, so that means yarn over, then you are going to introduce your hook through both loops, as you can see here, then yarn over, pull through both loops, then yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. And this is our result. You can see one sample using double crochet and applying these techniques at the beginning of each row. As you can see here, there is no more holes at the beginning of the row. This is a very easy technique, and the finish of our work it's really perfect and looks very nice. For our second technique, we are going to begin with a turning chain. This means that we are going to crochet 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. Then we are going to turn our work counterclockwise like that, and if you observe the back side of the chain you are going to see these bumps. Here we have 1, 2 and 3. We are going to work on the second one starting from the hook in this one. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to introduce our hook through this bump. Okay, then you yarn over and pull through this gap. I have 2 loops on my hook, and now you are going to introduce your hook to the second stitch. This is the first one, so here in this stitch you are going to introduce your hook here, yarn over, pull through this gap. Now you are going to have 3 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Now you can continue working the other stitches with a standard double crochet, but as you can see here, the gap between the turning chain and the first double crochet does not exist. So now let's continue working double crochet. Here I just finished the second row, and for beginning the third one we are going to repeat the same technique. First the turning chain, then turn your work counterclockwise, introduce your hook through the middle to the bump located in the middle, yarn over and come through this bump, then introduce your hook through the second stitch, yarn over, come out through this gap. We have 3 loops, and then we work the double crochet as we are used to do, and we continue working like this the third row. Now I'm here almost at the end of the third row, and we are going to crochet on top of the turning chain and the first double crochet that we did in the previous row. So this is a little tricky, and I would like to explain you in detail how to do that. Here you could see this one here. Let me just take a needle. So this one is the bump of the first double crochet. So what we are going to do when we crochet this, we are going to be careful to take not only this bump, the one on top, but also the other side. And for that it's a little bit better to turn your work like this, and you are going to see this V shape. So you are going to pass your hook through both loops, to the top loops, these 2, like this. Okay, in this case, in this way you are working on the first double crochet of the previous row. So that's what we are going to do. It's just standard, but here we have to pass our crochet like this. This is the next loop, and then for the last one we are going to work on the chain, and that's a little bit tricky, and I will suggest you to take, for the very beginning, to take a crochet with a less dimension so that it is easy for you to do this step. So here I have a smaller hook to crochet the last stitch. And in this case, I would like to explain you and to show you the position where we are going to introduce the hook. If we observe carefully, this V here corresponds to the first chain. Then we have here the second V that corresponds to the second chain. And this one is the third V that corresponds to the third chain. We are going to introduce the hook not only through this loop of the third chain, but what we are going to do is also to get the loop behind, so this one. Most likely, if you introduce your hook like this, you are going to catch both loops. Here, as you can see, the front one, and here this small one. Then we are going now to crochet the last double crochet. We introduce the hook as I showed you before. We take these two loops together, okay, this front and the back side, then yarn over and pull through the two loops. We have 3 loops on our hook, and then we continue working as a standard double crochet. And as you can see here, the gap between the turning chain and the first double crochet does not exist anymore, and the finish is quite clean. Here I have continued crocheting and adding more rows to the previous sample, and as you can see, it looks way better than the one that has little holes. If we compare this with this, the finish is much different. In this video we have learned 2 different techniques to avoid the gap between the turning chain and the first double crochet. In the first technique we have used 2 single crochet, and in the second one we use a little trick in the turning chain. Which was your favorite method? Leave me a comment down below telling me that, or just answer the question that here I place in the card above. Victoria and me, we want to wish to all of you a happy holiday season and a Merry Christmas, and we would like to give to one of you a small present to show our affection and how thankful we are to all of you and to the support to the channel. What we would like to give is this beautiful set of crochet hooks that you can enjoy creating more and more of your projects. If you want to participate in this giveaway, this is open worldwide, international, it doesn't matter where you are. We are going to send you this to you. And if you want to participate, you will have to do something that is a little special. And the thing is that, you know, this community is about sharing knowledge. And what I would like is that the technique that you have learned today in this video, that you can share with someone else, and then you give me a comment down below. How did you feel by sharing this knowledge to someone else? If you want an extra opportunity to win this prize, then please subscribe to the channel and like this video. So guys, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy time with your family, and this is from all my heart and Victoria's heart.